So in this video, we're going to work on question number 4. At the 0.05 level, test the overall regression equation significance, or we also call the global F test. Write down 4 steps based on the test. Do you think the regression model worked well to predict the house price? Okay, so if you have no idea what is global F test, please watch the lecture video. In this video, we're focusing on how can we find the p-value we are looking for to do this global F test. Okay. So the global F test always the step after you check on your R square. And also to watch this video, in order to get in your regression equation, regression output, make sure you watch the video related to question number 2, determine the multiple regression equation. If not, you cannot work on question number 4. Okay, so like I said in the previous video, we are already developing this output. So now we're going to focus on where to find the value we needed to do the global F test. As you notice that in these 3 tables, there's one table called ANOVA, and that's where we see the keyword F. So when we do the global F test, we are using the significant F as our p-values. So the p-value is coming from the significance F here. Okay, significance F. And also, like I said, make sure when you're getting your regression output, just try to keep 4 decimal places, because sometimes the expression here will look weird. As you notice here, when I click this file, on the top here is 1.66 e negative 168. This is called scientific notation. Without set up your cell correctly, you might see this number. You might not know what does that mean. So that's why I said at the very beginning, in the previous video, you need to set up your Excel output to keep only like 4 or 2 decimal places so that you can correctly reading those numbers. Okay, so this is the significant F we will use. So because this is the p-value for F test. Okay, now let's work on the answers. So for question number 4, we need to set up 4 steps. Step number 1, my HO and H alternative. So my HO will be B1, so capital B1 equal to B2 equal to B3 equal to B4 equal to B5 equal to 0. Why I have 5 B's? Because I have 5 X variables, right? So I have 5. So basically for the global F test, you're testing if all of them have no impact to my Y variables, right? So that means none of my variables are working. So we're assuming all of them equal to 0. That's why we try to test out. My H alternative will be at least 1B is not 0. So that is my complement event, right? H alternative has to be my complement event. So at least one of these B are not 0. So it's not B1 not equal to B2 not equal to B3. So that is my not complete alternative. So my alternative has to be at least one of the B is not equal to 0. Okay, and then step number 2. Okay, so for step number 2 is trying to finding the p-values. So the p-value is coming from, as I said, is the significance F here. So it's actually equal to 0 if we keep 4 decimal places. And step number 3, the rejection rule. So basically when we will reject H alternative, in this class we're using the same rejection rule. So if p value smaller than 0.005, because sometimes the question will say 0.01. So how do you know it's 0.05 or 0.01? You just need to read the question one more time, right? Here it said at the 0.05 level, right? So if it's 0.05 level, that will be 0.05. Reject p-value if rejection rule, if p-value is smaller, we will reject HO. Okay, step number 4, your decision and conclusion. Okay, what is your decision and what is your conclusion? Look, the p-value is 0, 0, 0, 0. So we just say if 0 is if this p-value is more than 0.05, the answer is yes. So since p-value is smaller than 5, in this case, right, 0.05, we will reject HO and conclude. Don't forget our conclusion. The regression model is conclude, because the question was asking, go back, global, do you think the regression model work well to predict the house? So basically, we conclude the regression model is significant, which is what we are looking for, and then the model can predict the house price well. Okay, again, if you have any difficulty understanding why we are write down like this way, you have to watch our lecture video, because I explain in detail why we reject HO allow us to conclude the model is predicting well. In this computer class, we focusing on where to finding the information we are looking for from the Excel. Okay, so if you have the difficult to understand why, make sure you watch our lecture video, because that's where I explained it. What is the why we reject HO? We're getting the conclusion the model is significant. Okay, so this is the answer for question number 4. And like I said, the key is where to find my p-value for global f-tests.